Hop in the chat right now. This is gonna be a fun one, fellas. This is gonna be a fun one. Oh yeah, the YouTube is up and rolling. Get in this chat right now. You guys know the drill by now. Whew. This is gonna be a very fun one.
This one's gonna be fun, Carter.
All righty. Get in this chat. Get in this chat. Get in this chat.
Looking good on Twitter.
I love it. I love it.
He loves it.
Mm. This is going to be fun. That was electric.
That was fun. In the running for most fun game of the year. Early candidate. Well, I guess we're about halfway through now, huh?
Okay, YouTube is rocking and rolling. We got people in the chat. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. What's up, folks?
Oh, man, this is going to be a fun show. I think things might get a little dangerous with some of these takes on today's show.
Oh.
Oh, brother. All right, hop in this chat right now, fellas. Keep it going.
YouTube's being tweeted out. Let's go. Yeah, that thing is up and running.
We are live as live can be. Oh man! All right, I'm about ready to roll. Chase, how about yourself?
I'm ready to roll.
Okay.
First question to put in the chat: the last BYU player to do a windmill dunk wins $5.
Wins $5 from you personally.
$5. Yep.
All right. Can I guess? Can I guess first?
Yeah.
Noah Hartsock.
No, it's actually Tyler Haws.
My next guess was TJ Haws. All right. Let's do this thing. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it. I got all the tweets out. We're good to go.
Yeah, we're chilling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start the show.
It is time.
Also,
what a night from Jaor. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get into everything. We got so much to get into. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're live. We are live right now. It is Wednesday, January 7th, after BYU has absolutely smoked Arizona State, 100-something to 70-something. I don't even know the score off the top of my head. It doesn't matter. This is going to be the most positive show I think we may have ever done. Chase, there is so much to get into. You can talk about Richie Saunders' career night, Abdullah Ahmed coming in playing big minutes, AJ DeBonsa doing insane things, Rob Wright doing insane things. I don't even know where to start. I'll let you take it away.
That's nice of you. I don't know where to start either. I go back to this every time we record, Carter. I can't believe this is my life. LeBron meme, play it on my head, repeat. I texted you. I just said, we're spoiled, and we really are. This is the golden age of BYU basketball. You would have thought that was Jimmer Fredette, and all due respect to him and everything, and that was insane, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime type of guy, and that was so special. And maybe this is a hot take, but this trumps it, man. This is special stuff. We knew this team was great. This isn't the first time we're noticing this, but just seeing them do the things that they do on the court. Obviously, the highlights are fun. The windmill dunk, the behind the back to a Richie 3, him scoring 31. But just as a team, man, they're really starting to click and figure it out, and they made ASU look like Holy Cross tonight. And anytime you can do that in the Big 12, I think says something and is legit. And I just can't believe this team, just absolutely unbelievably talented and playing together. And when they play at home, especially, they got me thinking dangerous thoughts about March.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. Is you could see the difference in energy playing at home with this group, because we haven't, like, look, when you're playing these quad four games at home constantly, it's just not going to have that same energy of playing a big time game at home or even on the neutral site at MSG or TD Garden or whatever. And you could see it from the jump. These dudes were amped, ready to roll. The Rock was there. They mentioned it multiple times on the broadcast how it's a packed house in there tonight. And man, just the effort levels across the board. Even a guy like Mood Davis, who's got the flu right now, still playing hard on defense. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'll start here. Let's go Richie Saunders. Richie freaking Saunders, man. You worried about him? Hey, chat. Anybody listening? You worried about him after his game against Kansas State? Well, he said shut up to you after this one. 10 of 13 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He actually fouled out, so I guess you could get mad at that if you wanted to. Career high 31 points from Richie tonight. And this guy just owns Bobby Hurley, man. In their last 3 matchups against Arizona State, Richie has had 31 tonight, 30 and 26. And he's made 6 3-pointers in all 3 of those matchups against Bobby Hurley in the Arizona Sun Devils. When Bobby Hurley goes to sleep at night, he has nightmares of a blonde dude in a headband. It is crazy how much this guy just loves playing against Arizona State. And meanwhile, you look at everybody else on this team. I mean, Rob Wright was just so poised. So he was just toying with Arizona State at times tonight. He was so in control. It was like almost watching like Steve Nash out there, the way he, goes up and under the basket, keeps his dribble, and just has total control of the offense. And then how many more times do we have to talk about AJ DeBanza being special?
I mean, it's all there. I'm really speechless, honestly. It's special stuff, man. Man, I really don't know what to say. These guys are so good. I just realized, and I'm done for doing this, but 81 points from the big 3 tonight.
They beat Arizona State by themselves in half.
81 points. It's just unreal. They all score over 23. AJ scores the least out of those 3. Rob with 27, and of course Richie, a career night for him. 10 of 13 from the field is just outrageously efficient. I came away thinking, I was checking the schedules, like, wait, do we play Arizona State again? Dang it, we don't. I mean, that would have been another freebie for the Cougs. We do need to give Arizona State a little bit of credit. They came into a really tough environment. You knew that place was going to be hopping, like you said. It was loud. It was sold out. Over 18,000 there in the Marriott Center. And they're obviously in a tough spot as a program, and they obviously weren't prepared to see BYU. But, a couple guys, they hit some really tough shots, and a couple guys were impressive. Johnson, especially with 24. And, I think they recognized that
Odom was the reason this wasn't a 30-point game at halftime. He was hitting tough shots in this first half. I was texting you where it's like I wasn't there was BYU was careless at times with the ball, the turnovers. We'll get into that later on, but mainly in that first half, Arizona State still hit a ton of tough shots, and credit to Odom especially.
Yeah, 100%. So give credit where credit's due. They ran to a buzzsaw tonight in BYU. When they shoot like they are, I mean, 45% is pretty outrageous, and you're not going to do that every night. But when they do that, and it really came from, I think, sharing the ball a lot more. 19 assists as a team is up there for their best of the season, I think, without doing research. That's just off the top of my head. But I almost felt like it's one of those games where we've said it before. They shared the ball a little too much. You mean, maybe you need to be a little bit more selfish there, AJ. But he clearly, it was so obvious to me that he took this tonight as I'm just going to start passing, especially in the second half. He's like, unless I get a wide open lane or an open 3, I'm going to let the other dudes get it. And I think they kind of realized Richie wanted it. Rob wanted some points, especially there at the end. He was kind of chucking, but he had every right to. But when they mesh like this, when they are moving the ball like they are, and I really thought the defense tonight was pretty good. There were some spots where they just got, it's hard to play good defense when you're up 40, whatever. But when they can get out in transition like they do and swing the ball around and get these open shots in rhythm, Man, they're so good. And I was so impressed with the rebounding. I was so impressed with their ability to, stay in front of these guys. Again, every Arizona State shot. That's why I was so impressed. They were like tough buckets. I really didn't think BYU gave them a lot of freebies uh, until the game was over, of course. But I thought everything tonight just looked pristine for BYU. There's still mistakes, things to clean up. We'll talk about the turnovers and everything. But when they do stuff like this, man, it gives me goosebumps and it gets me thinking crazy things.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention. Let's pat ourselves on the back. I think we nailed the preview.
Hey, we did nail the preview. If you didn't listen to that and you're listening now, it was a long show, but just know we nailed it. We called it exactly.
Richie Saunders having a big game. The Maruss bus coming out party. Maruss having 8 points in this game, knocking down a couple threes like we said. So credit to us in this game.
Credit to us. I think the one thing we did is overestimated Arizona State a little bit. But I don't think they're like an awful team. That's like they looked awful tonight because I think that's just how good BYU is. I think that they are just the worst matchup ever for Arizona State was this BYU team and playing in Provo and everything.
And poor Arizona State because you were texting me when they pulled up the schedule on the broadcast. They got to go at Houston, like at Texas Tech, at Arizona. Their schedule is brutal.
It's brutal, dude. I legit was just kind of giggling, but I felt bad. They're going to start conference play 0-5 unless they do something really crazy here. And rough year for Hurley and the boys. Again, their program's in a tough spot, but only time BYU will see them this year.
Yeah, but a lot of positive to get to. We'll get to the chat here in a second. What other things did you want to mention about this game tonight specifically?
Yeah, another thing I talked to you about a little bit. I really liked the way Ahmed played tonight. He had a different level of aggressiveness, both on defense and rebounding the ball. He stays very passive on offense. He's just there to set screens and rebound. And I appreciate that. I think there's a world and a time when BYU may need him to be a little bit more assertive. It's not right now, so I'm totally fine with it. I appreciate him accepting his role. Today, he just seemed extra. Maybe it was the starting minutes. He knew he had to be a little bit more with Keita out. I don't know what it is, but he gave an effort we hadn't seen so far. It's only been 3 games, but I thought he rebounded really well. In the 17 minutes he played, he grabbed 5, and then the 5 blocks I think was really big. We talked about that. We wanted to see him be more of a force defensively. I thought he, in the first couple games, got his feet stuck in the mud a little bit, was getting blown by, wasn't much of a rim protecting threat. Proved me wrong tonight completely. And when he is doing stuff like this, rebounding at that level, showing this level of intensity and protecting the rim like that, I mean, that's your backup. And you are in an incredible spot in the front court, and your back court is arguably the best in America already. So I really, really, really loved the Ahmed minutes tonight.
Love the Ahmed minutes tonight, and not just this season alone, but it makes you feel much more comfortable about going into next year and maybe even the year after that. And just the comfortability of, okay, let's say Keita has to miss a couple games, knock on wood for something. You're okay. It's not the end of the world whatsoever because he's a super viable backup option. And maybe a few teams in the country have this kind of luxury right now. So I loved his minutes tonight. He had 5 blocks, I believe 5 rebounds as well. But the stats aren't going to jump out to you. I mean, those are really good stats, don't get me wrong. And he didn't play a ton of minutes tonight. He only played 17 minutes. But he was effective when he was in, man, on the defensive floor. And they kind of did the same kind of defensive scheme of, okay, we're going to kind of funnel him in like Keita. And he was there. Those hands were quick.
Yeah, very quick. I think he handles the passes from the guards better than anyone on the team, and we got to credit that to his experience playing very high level basketball.
That's what we talked about whenever he came in and committed to BYU. Yeah. It's when you play in the G League. Hey man, learn how to rebound, learn how to rim protect, and pick and roll. That's your game.
Yeah. And, we talked about in the preview, Karter, about this being an opportunity to see exactly what the rotation was going to be like. Again, they stuck with 7 against Kansas State and with just 4 Maruss minutes. I don't know if we can draw a lot from this game. You were up 40 at one point. So obviously a lot of guys got in. But when you have Ahmed playing like he was, and then obviously you expect Keita to come back. I don't know if we've heard anything about the extent of the Keita being out thing. It obviously was because it wasn't in the report a couple of days ago, but then it showed up today. So if anyone has heard from, I'm sure KY's being asked in the presser, and we'll get some answers on that. Hopefully, maybe if someone in the chat's seen that on Twitter or whatever, you can enlighten us. But you expect him to be back and it not being serious. He was moving fine on the bench, so I'm assuming it's not a serious injury. But I did think it was good to see the backups in again. It's been a couple games since we've seen Kostic, Diamande, some of these guys. Mboop, our guy, getting a lot of minutes and a lot of fouls. Shout out to him for making the most of all 5 of those. I don't know if we could have answer to the rotation question quite yet. This one doesn't really seem to count, but it was good to see those guys back on the floor.
I agree. You ready to dive into the chat?
I'm ready to dive in. Yeah, I've said enough.
Let's do it. First chat, BYU legend Marcus Adams Jr.
Shout out. Did he even play? He didn't play.
Tonight.
Okay, I was like, why didn't he? Was hurt? Yeah.
The big trio was fired tonight from the Mood Dude. Shout out, father-in-law, right?
Yeah, that's
animal. I love it.
Legend.
Eli Wynn said, "Boys, how good is Richie Saunders?" And that's why he's in the title of this episode today. Career night for Richie. And man, when he's got that look and he's shooting in rhythm like that, you just know it's water.
It is. It's special. I mean, it took a little bit for him to get going this season, Karter, especially at the very beginning, those exhibition games, whatever people's talking about his 3-point shot. This is who he is, man. And they talked a lot about on the broadcast about him being an NBA guy, and I think it's absolutely true. We'll see where he ends up next season, but man, when he's playing like this,
I felt bad for Brendan Haywood tonight. He was having a tough one with Sanders and Saunders.
The broadcast, they had a couple rough ones in there, but we made it through.
Moving on, wishing Rob Wright III could have finished that dunk at the end. I mean, I jumped out of my seat. I was like, I couldn't believe he was going for the dunk.
I mean, yeah, we all wish he could have finished it, but something you said to me is Rob was finishing within 6 feet, and like if he does that, he's completely unstoppable. This whole team is.
9 of 15 from the field tonight, 27 points. Unstoppable, once again.
Yeah.
Alex Beach in the chat. Bobby Hurley has to hate Richie Saunders. Combined 89 points in 3 games against ASU.
89 points in the 3 times he's seen Richie Saunders. What a stat from our guy, Alex. That's brutal.
Will Free. Alex Beach, the Marus bus leaving the station. Hey, grab your tickets. Grab your tickets.
Christmas break's over. It's on the roll.
That AJ to Rob to Richie play was peak. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, it's just like that was unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
I mean, that'll make people in wheelchairs stand up. You just and it's credit to Richie. You just knew like once the ball found him there, I was like, yeah, this is in. This is gonna be a clip.
Shout out Chase's father-in-law in the chat. This is the stuff I love. Already looking ahead. Not happy with tonight. Gonna do the same thing to Utah on Saturday. That's what I love to see. Chase, someone said Yoli Childs for the windmill.
Yeah, I mean, it's an unofficial stat, but I'm pretty sure it's got to be the last guy. Got to find me the clip though. I got to see the clip for the
DM
$5.
DM Chase the clip. He'll send you the Venmo. I laughed so hard when Marus did the Cam Ward Selly after hitting a 3. I love too when Marus he hit that little floater from the pass from Richie.
Baby hook. Yeah,
he hit that little shot right there, and they panned to the camera to him on the close up, and he's sitting there trying not to smile.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Will Free said, "How about Ahmed tonight? 5 blocks. He looks like a great piece for us in the front court. Unbelievable stuff from Ahmed tonight." And Jaor had a night against the Magic. I don't know if we want to dive into that right now. I think we can save that for the end of the show.
Yeah, I'll just say, if you haven't already, go watch the ending of that game. Jaor's the one that sent them to OT, and then it looked like he won them the game until Paolo banked in a 3. I'll spoil it a little bit, but go watch that. It was awesome.
A double bank, dude. A double bank to end that game.
Insane.
Richie back to his old self. All is well. Clemson and Miami repping our strength of schedule tonight. If you didn't know, Clemson is beating 24th ranked SMU, and Miami won on the road at Wake Forest, both good wins for BYU's
Big
opponents
dubs,
that they
yeah.
defeated. Tater Kook says, the Godhead strikes again. Man, I love this damn team. Keep cooking, go Cougs. I'm not going to run with that nickname for this trio. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's pretty funny. He said also Abdullah Ahmed is the perfect center for next year. I can't believe this is my life. Shout out the LeBron meme. I can't explain. AJ was low-key forcing to keep his number 1 points per game rank. Earlier in the second half or like late first half, you could see he's like, all right, I got to get these points up. I got to get these numbers up. Like they are there to be had tonight. He needed 26 points to keep his number 1 ranking. I guess he's just going to have to drop 30 on Saturday against Utah.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
Because by the end, he stopped. You noticed by the end, he was like, I'm passing everything. He was saving it. He was saving it.
Yeah, but he said, got to clean up the turnovers. We'll get into that right now. Are you worried about the turnovers at all?
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I'd put my scale of 1 to 10, like a 6.8 worried. I think it's a problem right now because you're doing it to these not good teams. No offense to ASU or Kansas State. But you can't be turning the ball over like
combined,
over 30 times. Yeah, like 35 times against these two teams. And tonight you did it at home. There was really no excuse. And again, like I said against Kansas State, it wasn't that the defense was forcing them. BYU was just being completely careless with the basketball. When you play Arizona and Houston and Iowa State and Texas and all these cats that are going to blitz you like crazy and play man pressure, that it just cannot fly. It can't happen. And I think it's more of just a lack of, I don't know, focus on their part. I know they're up and they want to push the ball. They love Rob and AJ love to split double teams. They get ripped too many times. They're not calling these fouls to where, and those they'll fall down. And it's like, I don't know. You're turning the ball over too many times against subpar teams. And it's something to look at. It's something the good teams are gonna try to exploit, and they're gonna come up and play man pressure. Here's the thing though, Carter, BYU can handle that. Rob Wright can handle any defender playing one-on-one. So can AJ. Maybe not necessarily bring up the ball up the court every time, but I trust all those dudes to put the ball on the floor. And so it's just them forcing things and some careless passes that it has to be cleaned up. Otherwise, it will lead to losses eventually. It'll catch up with them. Yeah,
the turnover. I wasn't as worried after the last episode we did talking about Kansas State, where I was like, turnovers, whatever. Yeah, I didn't think about it. And then tonight, it's just like there's really no need for the 16 turnovers. But I feel like there's kind of two schools of thought on this. I feel like tonight, a lot of the turnovers were they were playing just so loose and so confident, it almost didn't matter. And that was a result of the turnovers because it's this weird mix of it's kind of like Jaor of last year where you kind of live with some of those turnovers where it's like, because you don't want to, restrict his confidence or make him play tighter because what Jaor was so special at was that great court vision and everything. But some of those do have to be cleaned up, and there's got to be a balance to it, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. You got to keep it single digits in the Big 12. It's just got to happen. I get that you want to live with them sometimes, but some of these were just careless, man. Like, in AJ just throwing to dudes who aren't even looking at him kind of thing. They need to be looking at him. It's not always AJ's fault, but I'm just saying.
Richie made a pass to Kevin Young. I thought he was about to pull it like Carmelo.
Carmelo didn't pull it. Come on. What are you doing?
I know. I was hoping he'd pull the Carmelo, like fake the shot, but no.
Yeah.
No, he did it all class from Kevin Young. Jack in the chat. Oh, it's messing up again. KY keeping in the starters up 30 with 5 minutes left is an absolute psychopath move. I love it. KY would run up the score in church ball on the other team because a deacon gave him a look in the hallway.
I continue to be amazed by the commitment to the minutes rotation from our guy, Kevin Young. When you're up, they were up 40, Jack, with 5:50 to go. And he was like, AJ, you're back in. I don't get it, man. But I'm not going to complain because I'll watch as many minutes as they'll let me. Look, we're getting 1 year from this cat in AJ demands. So we got one more year, Richie Saunders. Give me all the minutes then until it leads to an injury. And then we talk about how stupid this was. But right now, whatever. I'm done arguing it. That's who he is. I don't know. It's just, he's the only coach in the country that does this. I wonder if anyone, like other coaches, think about it at all, because they're like, why is Bobby Hurley's got to be like, why are these dudes still in, man? It's insane.
Wilfrey said this team built like the 2016 Cavs. So AJ would be
LeBron?
Richard Jefferson. I'm just kidding. Kevin Love. So AJ would be LeBron. Rob Wright, Kyrie, Richie, Kevin Love.
Yeah,
perfect. J.R. Smith, and then Kaba Keita would be Tristan Thompson.
Who's Matthew Dellavedova? Is that our guy Marussi?
Yeah, I mean that's got to be Marus, right?
Delly was more of a defensive guy, right? He just was on stuff. Not an exact comparison, but I kind of like it. I mean, you have the elite shifty point guard, you have the dominating wing, then you have shooters. Maybe Richie's more of J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say Kevin Love because power forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a foot height difference there.
Yeah, it's just two white guys. So. But you guys nailed the preview. Appreciate that. We actually do appreciate that.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about sometimes.
I like what Ahmed has shown. Mature, big, good basketball IQ, presence in the paint. I liked how he was talking up Boop as well in this game. His minutes were it's so frustrating at times with Boop because I texted you about this too during the game where it's like it's there with him, but it's not there consistently enough to where you can trust him being on the floor in long enough periods. But those flashes, you're like, this guy is just right there from being an awesome player.
Yeah, he has everything. He's just, like we said, lacks a feel for the game right now and where the ball is going to come to him, and the fouls too. I mean, that's kind of like an understanding thing. He's really just like a raw dude who's still figuring it out. The good news is he's got a lot of time here at BYU, hopefully, knock on wood, right? And I can't explain, I believe. He said, we have Ahmed talking him up, a guy with a ton of experience who knows basketball all around the world and in the G League. Like, what better guy to come and get advice from and play with? Obviously, he's probably taking a good chunk of Boop's minutes, and maybe I don't know what that's like, but it is good to have someone else in the building who plays that position and who can give him a lot of tips, because Ahmed's the best at the team at what Mboop is lacking. Like he fills the holes where Mboop needs to improve, but there's so much stuff there. There's so much stuff there in Boop. I'll keep talking about him till the day I die because he's got it. He's got to figure it out and get a better feel for everything.
It's 100% there. Also, I know we didn't text about this one, but I know you were begging that corner three to go in.
Oh man, for it. Yes, because we've been talking about it all year, man. We're like, watch out for the Boop corner three. Yeah, I love the confidence though.
Shout out Richie in the chat. Will Free said Bosco is benefiting so much from having Ahmed here. He's playing really well the last two games. He has been. He's just felt a lot more comfortable, and just it doesn't feel like he's forcing as much, and just feels like there's more confidence and space on the floor right now with these guys.
I mean, to Will's point, I think what he's saying here, he gets to play the four.
His position.
He needs to play the four to be successful. We've done it. We've unlocked Bosco. Let him play the four. And it's, to Will's point, it's absolutely worked out. And Ahmed's been able to open that up because for the longest time, Kaba was the only center on this team. It was it. He was the only true five. And Boop could play a small version of it, and Bosco could play a stretch version of it. But it just wasn't really his position. Now he's there, and he's right. He has been stepping up immensely. 8 boards from Bosco tonight. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Leo Durin in the chat said, yeah, how could next year be any better than this one when all 3 stars are aligned? BYU is basically unbeatable. Appreciate the season, every minute of it. Don't take this for granted. Well said. You look at other teams around the country, cough, cough, Mark Pope in Kentucky, cough, cough. Like, this is special.
This is special stuff, man. I mean, it is like, I was sitting there like literally thinking, contemplating, and I was like, I'm living a moment of BYU history right now. To be able to follow it this closely is pretty cool. And it's just so fun to watch. But don't sleep on next year Cougs. Don't sleep on KY, JY, our guys, and this coaching staff, what they got cooking up in 2026, 2027. Because these players will come and go, but I think the program's here to stay.
And maybe we'll get some good news here soon. So we'll find out.
Maybe.
Anyhow, we got a crystal ball from our guy Jack in the chat. He said Colin Chandler will be a BYU Cougar next year.
Dang, is that what we were just talking about with next year?
I was not talking about that. I was talking about something different. But
oh man, I mean, how much do we talk about Mark Pope right now?
Nah, let's say
percentage. He's a coach at Kentucky next season. Real quick, Carter, throw it out.
Mark Pope percentage chance he's at Kentucky next year. I have to process this question. I'm totally stalling right now as I'm talking. I will go 50%. I think it's a true 50-50 shot.
50-50.
Maybe even lower.
I think it's lower. I think it's lower. The boosters could not be happy with this, man.
If you're given $22 million in college basketball for the most expensive roster, you can't miss the tournament. Like, imagine you're a donor right now at the University of Kentucky, and you're like, hey, I just forked up $3 million to give to Mark Pope for this roster, and you blew it on this guy, who can't shoot in a system that solely relies on shooting 30-plus threes a game. It's crazy, but whatever. That's Kentucky's deal, and we're talking. This is the BYU show, so we'll keep the trains.
The people want to know. The people want to know our thoughts.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go, people.
That's true.
That's our thoughts.
Will Free in the chat said Cato rolled his ankle in practice either yesterday or the day before. Didn't sound like it was too bad. Just probably didn't need to play him against ASU. And I'm going to take a wild guess that Keba Keita definitely wants to be playing Saturday at the Huntsman Center.
I think
just a wild guess.
Just a wild guess. We heard from guys in the building that no one cares more about that Utah game than Keba Keita. So you're right. I'm glad he was able to get off it today. Also, shout out Will. Once again, just coming in with the info. That's good to hear because it's nothing serious. We love it.
Eli Bond in the chat. It's not time for these comments yet. We copy and paste this later in the show, and I'll get to it. I promise. Would you rather be put in a boxing ring with Audi Crooks? She's at Iowa State, right? Or 50 fifth graders? I'll get to that later on. We'll move on from that. Eli also said Jaor's shot is pure, which is crazy, man. From last year, like I think we said it maybe on the last episode or 2 episodes ago, where Jaor's shot from March on is just, I don't know what happened. Once the month clicked March, Jaor's like, oh yeah, by the way, every 3-point shot I take goes in. I'm automatic.
It is water. Yeah, I mean, people forget, like, we talked about shooting struggles in college. That was the entire scouting report on him. And look, it was until the games mattered, right? And in March, that dude was water. And he was hitting 30-footers on Wisconsin's eyeballs and was leading them to these insane wins. And it's so good to see him because you and I talked about it for a long time on this podcast and off it, that Jaor was going to be a better pro than he was college player. He just was built for the game. It wasn't necessarily, he's not playing the exact style we thought. We thought it'd be more a ball dominant facilitator type role. But he has this in his arsenal. And the Nets haven't been able really to showcase that. There's been some flashes for sure, but showcase what he's really amazing at, which is facilitating the ball. I mean, he's got a long career ahead of him. If it wasn't for your guy, Con Knipple, I mean, Jaor would be the best rookie shooter, in the league right now. And I think he'd be getting a lot more talk. But Con's doing absolutely insane stuff. We're not talking about Con, but man, I'm so happy for Jaor because I
have about 90 minutes prepared on Con Knipple whenever you need it. So
yeah, we'll go ahead and
we'll table that one for another time.
Yeah,
but
another time.
Yeah, no, he's been automatic, and it's interesting too because when we had Matt Babcock on talking about like right before the NBA draft, like what his role is going to be. And, him prepping for the combine and everything, he was like, yeah, like these GMs and everything are seeing him more as an off-ball guy. And when we got told that, we're like, really? Like Jaor is an off-ball? He's proven it, man, and good for him. Just awesome stuff from Jaor. And like you said, once the court vision and once he started being able to handle the ball more, that's when he's going to be able to really flourish. And hopefully he can handle, one-on-one pressure from NBA guys, but rooting for Jaor. And also breaking news, we're going international, Chase.
Grant.
Tuned in from a cruise in Mexico. Shout out Grant Farley.
Hey, shout out, man. I hope you're enjoying getting the beach, eating a bunch of food. Shout out for tuning in.
Yeah. Shout out Grant. He's the man. Will Free said, I wonder if the turnovers were because they were bored a little bit. They were really comfortable, really relaxed, almost to a fault tonight. And it's kind of what I went back to is they were just so confident and loose. Like, once again, Rob was toying with this defense at times.
He really was. Yeah. It looked like a bye game the entire second half.
Yeah. And that's crazy in the Big 12 because I don't even think this is the worst Big 12 team. So,
who do you think's the worst Big 12 team?
Not sure. They will be nameless. See, we can pull that on this. We get one episode of that. Sam in the chat said the chemistry between the big three, though, was insane. Absolutely. Jaor Demon fan in the chat says, when is Church Ball Pod going to get an invite to the midweek pressers? We need you there to save journalism. Tyson, send me the email. I'll get in the Zoom. Come on, man. Actually, we were supposed to.
Is this Tyson's burner? I'm just kidding. I mean, we have participated in pressers before, man. I would love to ask
we'll get
a few
back
questions.
In there.
I'd ask him why the heck he keeps the starters in every single time.
Just every press conference, like, hey, Kev, I know I asked this last week, but starters, like, you're up 30. Why is Rob?
Are you insane?
I hope he hears this. Why is Gamora in the chat said AJ and Rob are great, but Richie is my favorite. Luckily, I don't have to choose. That's right, you don't have to choose. And also, I see that, like, if you're a BYU fan and not just like a one-time, like this is not your first year being a BYU fan, I get this because you saw Richie come in as a no-name dude, just a regular guy from Utah, then became this electric glue guy, then to becoming a legit stud or a top 20, top 15 college basketball player at this point. Unbelievable growth, and you should have a real attachment to Richie Saunders.
You should, man. I mean, it's just an incredible story when you look at it, like you said. And he had chances to go elsewhere, and I think he was even close to maybe choosing when Pope left and everything. He decided to stick around and bought into KY and then just immediately became twice as good. I mean, he was already amazing, heading into his junior season, and then being able to do what he's been doing. It's unreal. And he's officially, in my mind, I think easily on the Mount Rushmore of BYU basketball. I think, he's up there with the Danny Ainge and Jimmer Fredette's of this program. And I don't say that lightly. He's just that guy and has been in our lives for so long and has come through in so many moments. And so it's so fun to watch. It feels like, a brother that you got to grow up with a little bit. And you're just so excited to see him succeed. Because we remember when Richie, had like the, cropped haircut, flipped over, no headband, and he was just grabbing every rebound that he could and just taking wild reverse layups. Yeah. And we're like, who is this kid, man? He's got to chill. And now look at him, man. It's special.
And just the hardest off-ball cuts in Mark Pope's system with Ali Khalifa you've ever seen.
Yeah, and he, like, every time you take a three, you're like, whoa, what do we do? And then, he started hitting more and more, and now he's one of the best shooters BYU's ever seen.
It's unbelievable. In the chat, is it too early in the season to be popping bottles? BYU versus Michigan matchup. What does that look like? There's also a tough team down in Tucson. I think it is too early to start popping bottles. Championships aren't won against Arizona State at home on January 7th. They were won in April. So, but I get what he's saying. Like, look, I've been consistent with this from the preseason up until this point. The starting five on BYU, I think, is the best starting five in college basketball. They are a true national title contender. I felt that this entire time. And now you're seeing it more and more as the chemistry and confidence continues to grow. When you have Rob Wright in March, you're going to be able to beat anybody. It does not matter. You have to have that dynamic point guard. Rob brings that. Then you have to also have NBA players on your team. And guess what? You got the best player in all of college basketball on your roster as well. Helps you also have Richie Saunders, who's pretty freaking good as well. Abe Akeda, and an unbelievable coaching staff as well. So they're truly a national title contender. I don't think you could call them a favorite quite yet because I think that could be determined January 26th in Provo.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But I'll keep it short and simple. Yeah, we've seen it. BYU, they can beat anyone. They are up there with the best of the best. They're going to lose some games and they're going to look beatable at times because there's definitely some times that they are. But yeah, we've seen it. That, and Michigan's insane. Like what they've been doing is crazy. Did you see that? I think FanDuel or DraftKings posted this. They had a hypothetical line if this Michigan team played 2011 Kentucky with like Anthony Davis, and they said that Michigan would be favored by like 3.5 points. And I was like,
Yeah, it's because
is that insane?
It's because you know how like in the NBA right now, where like the Celtics right now are one of the top offenses in NBA history right now. Same thing's kind of happening in college basketball right now, where teams are just getting more efficient and coaches and players are getting smarter on how to play basketball. And so these offenses look 10 times better on paper on KenPom compared to 10 years ago because it's just a different ball game. But get out of here with that. 2011 Kentucky smokes this Michigan team.
Yes, 100%. I just thought that was insane. Glad you agree. All right, we can move on.
So, yeah. Also, Michigan, Will Free points out in the chat, did just beat Penn State by just 2 points. And Michigan looked bored in that second half, too. They almost got caught. So, it's too early, though. Jack said, KB, I think he's, talking about me, out here comparing Moo to J.R. Smith.
That's not a bad thing to be compared to. What?
Yeah, I mean,
J.R. was nasty.
How's Moo Davis's golf game? J.R. Smith's got a pretty nice game.
J.R. Smith's in college right now.
NCAA legend. Shout out. Will Free said Michigan would definitely be a tough matchup. Arizona would be a good litmus test for that type of game. I 100% agree. And I also worry about with Arizona going forward is they've gotten by on it all year. So this is not to discredit them because they're so freaking good, even despite this, where they don't shoot threes. They're one of the lowest three-point shooting teams via volume and everything across the board in the nation, and it hasn't mattered because they're just hitting mid-range shots and layups. They're kind of going the opposite in the way basketball is being played. But eventually in March, I do think that becomes a problem. I think you got to knock down threes in March.
Yeah, I would just say it will be a good litmus test. January 26th, man. We're gonna see it. I can't wait. Book tickets, Carter. We're gonna be there in person.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Everything's booked, ready to roll. Jaor Demonfin in the chat said, reaction to BYU legend Tanner Toolson blowing a lead in Allen Fieldhouse last night. That was brutal. I'm a Tanner Toolson guy. He's my guy. I felt terrible for him, especially that inbounds pass, man. I was like, oh, no. Brutal
It was
stuff.
tough.
That was one of the worst choke jobs I've ever seen by TCU.
Maybe the worst. Yeah, really, really bad. Really bad.
Will said in the chat, good thing Arizona and Michigan will probably be 1 seeds on the Sunday side of the bracket, so we'd probably only have to see them once come March. And most likely, if they did see them, it would be in Indianapolis at that point. So
we already see Arizona twice. So
yeah, and I cannot. And the game in Tucson is going to be unbelievable too. BYU 10-0 since the end of the Young Boy Tour. If you know, you know. Shout out Jack.
That's right,
why is Gamora? Rob Wright III breaks so many legs it feels like he micro teleports as he drives the ball. His speed and his just tight handle with the basketball is. There's just very few dudes out there that have that. Like even NBA guys, there's so few that have that. Like it's Kyrie Irving-esque.
It's just an unbelievably shifty, and the ball just looks like it's on a string. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like you said, toying with dudes, just legit like pulling Uncle Drew stuff on them. It's awesome.
It's not popping up. Oh, there we go. Eli in the chat said, "Is there any way Pope gets fired mid-season?" I don't think that's totally out of the question, but I think they give him the full year and everything, and so. But like, if it truly blew up, and like stuff comes out and everything, but I mean. I would say that's like a 2% chance he gets fired midseason.
Yeah, I mean, Calipari had some awful seasons mixed in there. I mean, he missed the tournament a couple times. So, granted, he had set a precedent. Yeah, like he'd also done some awesome things. So, not totally comparable, but I'd be shocked, but I wouldn't be too shocked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that Julius Randle NIT year where they lost to like Robert Morris in the NIT, like. He had a national championship in his back pocket and be like, hey, well, let's calm down here. I'm still a good coach. So
gap year. It happens.
Yeah. Sam in the chat, Richie season high bucket is a perfect example of what it's like to be a BYU fan right now. Wise Gamora also said, I believe Richie's previous career high 30 was against ASU as well. It was. His 3-point percentage must be pretty high after the last few games. Specifically to Arizona State, he is a combined, I'm doing quick math, 18 of 30 from 3 against Bobby Hurley in his last 3 games against them.
Nasty, dude. I mean, what did Alex say? It was 89 points in the 3 games against Arizona State. Just a nightmare matchup.
Jack in the chat said, if Kentucky watched Mark Pope rap Lose Yourself, they never would have hired him. Moving on. Booth in the chat said, BYU went from a really good Ward ball team to the 87 Lakers in only 5 years. This is comment of the night. This is, screenshot this. This is a Hall of Fame one. No words.
You guys are killing it tonight. I mean, we're getting carried.
I know we are getting carried. The chat's on fire. And then we got a guy tuning in from Wuhan, China.
Ni hao. Are you actually? Sea King? Are you actually, dude? Is this legit?
Tuning in from Wuhan. Wise Gamora said, I heard the announcer say AJ, Richie, Rob is the highest scoring trio in the nation. Not surprised, but curious how much and who's the second best trio. I believe the second best trio is technically out of USC, if I remember correctly. I was looking on StatHead the other day. I don't know the exact numbers. We'll put out a graphic tomorrow on that one. Also, is there a higher scoring duo than AJ and Richie? They must be way up there. That is also good. I will get stats department on that tomorrow morning. So stay tuned. Church Ball Socials. We'll put some graphics out tomorrow.
We will whip our unpaid intern into shape. He's gonna get that figured
out. Why didn't KY give the bench some more time? Up 30 majority of the second half and still running with the starting 5. Chase is screaming from the clouds, wondering why. So
you're asking. You're preaching the choir. I don't know. Well, one day I'll ask him in person.
He said KY really turning into, and I took that personally mean before our eyes, and I'm here for it. What are we? Jack Carpenter in the chat is just rooting for Kevin Young, the villain arc.
What is this about? Like, what could he be possibly taking personally? What did Bobby Hurley do to him? Is it because of the Big 12 media days last year? That clip where no one's talking to him? Is that it? I mean, he didn't need to do this against Holy Cross. He left the guys in against Holy Cross. He does this against everyone.
Can we talk about Bobby Hurley for a second?
Oh, please. Yeah.
I texted maybe 10 people during the game, and I said, can you believe Bobby Hurley has been the head coach of Arizona State for 10 years?
Yeah, you texted me. No, I can't believe it.
2015, I was like, oh, that was like probably like 2018, you know, because I remember that Buffalo team that upset, I believe, Arizona. And I was like, oh, because he came from Buffalo. But then I forgot. I was like, oh, no, he lost with Buffalo against West Virginia in like 2014, 15. 10 years at Arizona State. I like Bobby Hurley, Duke guy, shout out. But, I mean, this guy's never won an NCAA tournament game. 10 years.
It's crazy.
And they've gotten some kind of high recruits. Oh, man. Like, I think it just needs a change of scenery for both parties.
Yeah, this is, I mean, 99.9%. This is they part ways after this season. There's no shot he's coaching Arizona State next season.
I would have said that 3 times, though, in his tenure.
That's the thing. Everyone thought that last year. I mean, I can't believe they ran it back. This has to be it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. With Nate Pickens injured, would Downhall fit in this offense as a backup point guard? Absolutely.
Downhall could fit in most offenses as a backup point guard. Yeah.
Yeah. He would be very ideal in that role with this team. Shout out. Virginia's looking good. I'm warning you guys, watch out for the bracketology coming out soon because people are going to be putting BYU versus Virginia in all these matchups. If BYU ends up falling down to a 3 seed by the end of the season and Virginia's a 6, they are making sure BYU Virginia are playing in the round of 32. Just warning you right now.
You're already here first.
But I think BYU is going to be a fringe 1, high 2 seed, and I think Virginia's going to be more like a 4 seed. I think they're going to be very good. So, But anyhow, keeping the chat going. Go Cougs, love the show. Keep it up. Hey, appreciate it, man. And this team can make it to the Final Four with the big 3 scoring 80 something like this. This is the time to be a BYU fan. I think I read that correctly.
There you go, Carter.
Yeah, I mean, if they score 80 points a game, I mean, single-handedly, they're going to outscore teams like they did tonight.
Like they did tonight.
Yeah. Wise Gamora said, did you see AJ's reaction to Richie's 3 off the Rob behind the back? BYU men's basketball posted it. I have not seen that yet. We've been locked into the show. I cannot wait.
We'll get eyes on that. I can't wait to see it.
And tuning in from Bezos' spaceship to Mars, I think Bezos' spaceship is actually at Soldier Field for Bears-Packers. The amount of money they paid to host that game on Saturday.
Samuel, can you tell my Amazon package, like they keep dropping it off at the neighbors? If you could fix that, that'd be great. I'm Unit C, but there's a Unit C across the street, and it always goes there. I'm like, it's not that hard. I put the address in. Apple Maps leads me right to my own house. You think if you're in Bezos's, if he's got a spaceship, then maybe, I don't know, figured he could figure it out.
Now, I'm not a delivery guy, but I used to deliver food back in the day. The Unit C's, and there's like multiple of them. The apartment buildings, people got to be better at designing apartment buildings and organizing them, because let's separate these things. Let's make this a lot simpler.
I'm not in an apartment building, though. I'm in a townhouse. It's pretty, it's pretty obvious. My address is a building that it's solitary. You know what I'm saying?
I believe you. You. I'm saying with these apartment buildings, you're pulling up, like, you're in college, you pull up to a friend's apartment, you're like, what effing building is this? Like, I don't know. I'm driving around this parking lot. And then especially if you're driving in Provo, you're like, I'm probably going to get a boot. I'm going to get towed. And I feel like every single person that attended BYU or BYU Idaho, for that matter, Rexburg is crazy up there. Everybody has a story about getting towed or getting booted by just the absurd police in Provo and Rexburg.
If you haven't had a boot, I don't think you could say you've lived in Provo. I mean, that's
you just lived at the library. Even then, though, you're still you're probably like, yeah, maybe I'll park on campus this one time, and boom, they got you.
Yeah. The key is to never pay it, because then they never know whose car it is, and then you're scotch-free. Those parking tickets at BYU, life hack for you.
Ballsy move.
They still give you your degree because they don't know it's your car.
Tuning in from Hawaii, I love it.
Are these legit? Where is it? Where's our? Is everyone around the world right now?
The Mexico one I know is legit. Obviously, Wuhan was not legit. Hawaii, I believe it. Bezos' spaceship, I want to believe it. I'm not going to keep reading some of these, but Wisegamore said AJ windmill dunk. Rob's dunk attempt was electric. Shame it rimmed out. And then Sam in the chat said, "Whoever that comment." I saw the other one. We're not posting that. Right. Whoever invented numbering apartments and townhouse communities have a special place in outer darkness. It's bananas.
Not to mention, if you're in the state of Utah, every street is 500 West. All of them. There's 1,500,000 Wests. Just name the streets. Give them names. It's not that hard. I can't stand it. Every Utah resident, though, will tell you how amazing the grid system is. And I'm digging a hole here because we're talking BYU podcast. Probably 90% of our listeners are Utah residents. I'm telling you, I can't stand it.
Well,
I'm done.
The issue with that, Chase, is I'm going to be honest with you. I'm too dumb for the grid system. I'm just too dumb for it. And I know if I took the time to look at it and figure, I give up.
The people they're always like, oh, it's great because I always know where I'm at. I'm like, really? If you're on the corner of 300 and 100, you just where you are perfectly, like every time.
I think you need to ride in my boat, man. I think we're just too dumb for this. This is why we got sports media degrees.
Well, that is very true. But what I'm saying, I give up. Whatever. There's just too many of them. If downtown Salt Lake, whatever, is like, oh, it's 1 through 10 here. I get that. All right. I work in downtown Denver. I'm on 17, so I know I'm in between, 18 and 16. That is good to know. There's 1,500,000 Wests in this Provo alone. That's all I'm saying. It's annoying. All right.
Shout out 800 North.
Yeah, why?
I lived at 800 North. I lived off.
Oh, shout it out, yeah.
Across from the hospital. Shout out the Provo House. The real ones know.
Yeah.
Alex Beach said, "Real ones know how to remove the boots when they get put on your car." And then our guy Young Jay, whatever. I got my car booted about 15 times when I went there for college. Everyone knows, man. Everyone knows. And then Eli said the Utah DMV is the GOAT. I mean, it's 1,000 times better than North Carolina. I got to go to the DMV for stuff in North Carolina. I've been delaying it. I've lived here for about 7 months now. I'm going to delay it until the bitter end, until I absolutely have to, until I get fined. Maybe it's that bad. It is a pain here. He said it's like Alabama's offense, fast and efficient. Basketball.
Alabama offense?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball. Okay.
Basketball. Yeah, not
like,
that
Simpson?
runoff. Yeah, going pro. Sam said, if I'm on the corner of 300 and 100, then I know I'm on the corner of 300 and 100.
Is that a dig, or does he agree with me? I mean,
I don't know, but
Alex
Alex Beach said, grid system works great when the cities are small. And then Jack said, we're getting car towed and all this stuff. This is great. This is what the end of the podcast is for. Jack said, got my car towed on a date once. Was it with your now wife? Thought I was safe parking in the Burger King lot. I was wrong. I hear horror stories of people parking at that the Taco Bell off, what is that, Cougar and whatever, Bulldog Freedom? That Taco Bell right there.
300 and 100, I think it's off.
That Taco Bell right next to those apartments right there in Provo. Horror
that could be anywhere, brother. What do you mean?
You know the main Taco Bell, like near like Raising Cane's McDonald's right there by Provo High.
Yes.
The old Provo High.
Oh, I used to live like right by it. What am I talking about? I walk past that like 5 times a week. Yeah. People, you can't. So Jack, I'm assuming you didn't go into the Burger King. You didn't take your date to BK? Didn't get yourself a Whopper?
You didn't get a Crown and a Whopper?
Didn't get the Crown?
Some chicken fries, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to go buy something if you they're going to tow you. You must have been there pretty late too. Pretty late.
Some love for the grid system in the chat. And
get it out of here. Skip it. Skip the grid system. Love.
What is your favorite 500 street? Because I can't choose one because there are so many.
Thank you.
You got some love in the chat.
Thank you.
Eli said, rather be put in boxing ring with Iowa State Center or drive on the grid system for the rest of your life. To answer your previous question, I'm going to go with being the 55th graders is a lot in one boxing ring. So give me the Iowa State Center.
Give me Crooks. Give me Crooks. Yeah. Main card.
All right. Well,
heavyweight.
Now my father's in the chat. So this is when the time to get out
Joey.
of here. He's asking if he paid for me to remove a boot once or not. I actually
he did. Yes, he did,
no,
Karter.
I didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't get booted in Provo. Rexburg, I got bamboozled in Rexburg, hoodwinked. I got a lot of problems with the city of Rexburg, but you know what? We got to keep a good relationship because the in-laws live in Rexburg. So.
Oh yeah, Joey, you definitely did. You definitely paid for a Karter boot.
It was 20. What year was it? 29? I can't remember. I got booted in Rexburg one night. It was snowing, had to move the car, got booted, whole ordeal. I mean, I think I maybe had like $100 to my name. $75 boot. I mean, just wiped out 75% of the net worth.
Brutal, man. I'll tell you mine. Not that it's that interesting. I parked across the street from my apartment in a different apartment parking lot, and those people I mean, it was like 20 minutes. I mean, they were all the way on it. And day before my wedding, true story, I was in shambles, man. I was like texting the person. I told them I was getting married. They didn't care. Had to pay.
Oh, they never
paid
care.
money. They didn't care. Yeah, brutal.
Screw them. Also, if you guys want to Venmo, my father,
Joey Bond.
You guys would think he's homeless. I mean, meanwhile, he's sitting here putting his Venmo in the chat. This is out of control. I mean, this spare change in my son's YouTube live chat from a BYU game. This is out of control. We got another guy in the chat, Jeff. Shout out. Grid system rocks. I'm out. Used to like you two moron. I'm fine I'm the one calling myself moron. I just don't. The grid system's too complex for me. I'm dumb. All I know how to do is talk ball. That's it. That's what I was designed to do. The good Lord said, Karter, man, wear a hoodie, basketball shorts, and talk basketball. That's what I put you on this earth to do. And by golly, that's what I'm doing.
Jeff, we're sorry. Stick around, buddy. I know he's joking.
This has been an awesome show.
This has been great.
Also, hey, don't worry. We got a Utah preview coming out tomorrow. Cannot wait. Already was diving into the tape. Got a lot to talk about with that game. Can't wait. We'll keep this thing rolling for a minute. Sam said in the chat, friend got an $800 ticket for parking at the car wash by Raintree. I mean, this is criminal stuff, man.
Isn't that car wash abandoned? Chat, that car wash has been abandoned for years? Is it when it was up and running? Probably. Dang.
It doesn't matter. They'll get you. And Jeff said, JK, it really is cake if you take 2 minutes to figure it out. Yeah, that's
I'm not gonna do it, Jeff. Yeah, like you said, we're communications majors. That's why we're doing this.
Jack said, I remember where it is because some tall dude with a mustache said, hey, I'm on the corner of 100 and 300. Where am I? Now, why is this going to become a thing?
You know, people have been saying the line recently. There's been some good Twitter comments. We've been missing, if you know, the line.
Yeah.
We're missing it.
Yeah. Well, tonight was another
maybe
great
corner
example.
100, 300.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Man.
we'll wrap it up there. Just an unbelievable game tonight. We dove into everything. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was an unbelievable show. Chat was on fire tonight. Make sure to follow. You guys know the drill by now. At Church Ball Pod on everything. Field of 68 Podcast Network on the YouTube. At Chase_Rogers0. At Karter VA. Personal socials there. Go follow. And Chase, we will be back tomorrow afternoon. Utah BYU preview. That'll be on all platforms tomorrow afternoon. Go tune in, subscribe. We got a lot to talk about. Dive into the film.